If I ever decided to move abroad again, I definitely will not be repeating these 3 mistakes. Hola mi gente, yo soy Shani. Bienvenido a mi canal. Estoy agradecido de que estés aquí. I spent 3.5 beautiful years living abroad in Mexico, and I even became a legal resident of the country. And while I got the immigration process right, I made 3 major mistakes that greatly impacted my experience abroad. So in today's video, I'm going to explain what those 3 mistakes were, how it impacted my life, and what I would do differently should I ever decide to make another international move. Vamos. Mistake number 1, staying in the expat bubble. When you move abroad, everything around you changes. The country, the culture, the daily rhythm of life, and although it is exciting at first, it can quickly become overwhelming. And during that uncertainty, it's easy to gravitate towards fellow foreigners who feel familiar or share a similar background. And although there is comfort in that, being too closely tied to the expat community can quietly hold yourself back from fully integrating into your new environment. Moving abroad is an opportunity to grow, to challenge everything you've known, and to build a new life. But I stayed within my comfort zone. Surrounded by Americans and other expats, I missed out on deeper cultural immersion. And while I did date 2 Mexican men and I was able to experience glimpses of Mexican culture through those relationships, I never truly made a local friend. And as someone who considers herself an extrovert who loves to make friends, I failed to do so due to my allegiance to my fellow Americans. If I were to do it again, I would push myself to be more intentional about building relationships with locals. I would go to community events. I would make more of an initiative to talk to people in everyday spaces like cafes, public transit, the park. I would go to language exchanges, not only to learn Spanish, but also to connect. I could have been somebody's adopted prima in a Mexican family, but next time I will not let that opportunity pass me by. Mistake number 2, not learning Spanish. This was, without a shadow of a doubt, the most crucial mistake I made living abroad, and I won't make any excuses for it. Not learning Spanish was the true reason I never truly felt like I belonged in Mexico. And the truth is, there is no real immersion or integration if you can't communicate. Google Translate might help you survive, but it will not help you connect. And without connection, there is no real sense of belonging or grounding in a new environment. Language is the bridge to culture, and even learning basic communication skills can open doors, not just for daily convenience, but for deeper understanding and mutual respect. I consider myself to be a conversationalist, but in Mexico, my voice was muted due to my inability to put words together to formulate a sentence. I couldn't even advocate for myself in situations where I felt like I was being taken advantage of, and that silence left me feeling like a victim, and honestly, I have no one to blame but myself. I missed so many opportunities to connect. Taxi drivers would often spark up conversation with me, and I would smile and I would nod as though I understood what they were saying, but I had no clue. I was confused as hell. But there was this one moment in particular that stood out to me. When I lived in Playa del Carmen, I would go to this skate park, and this particular day, a little girl was there. She was about 5 years old. She came up to me, she wanted to race me, she wanted to play, and I couldn't even carry a basic conversation with her. And that's when it hit me hard. I was humbled. Honestly, I was embarrassed and I felt deep shame. Looking back, I now understand how the lack of language unintentionally creates distance between immigrants and locals, and in some cases, even resentment. I get it now. But if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't let my fear hold me back. I wouldn't let my insecurity of sounding stupid stop me from speaking the little Spanish that I did know. When I initially moved to Mexico, I immediately hired a Spanish tutor, but I quit about 2 months in due to it being too difficult. And honestly, I wish I would have pushed through that discomfort and stayed the course. But out of respect for the culture I chose to embrace and for my own sense of wholeness, I do intend to learn Spanish. Mistake number 3, I didn't have a backup plan. The final mistake is a mix of mistake 1 and 2 plus a deeper realization. After 3.5 years of living abroad in Mexico, I had to move back home to the United States after I was laid off from my remote role. And although I had 6 months of savings, it was not enough time to secure another role before the money ran out. And although this might sound like a series of misfortunate events, The truth is, I didn't prepare myself for the possibility of staying. Had I built a stronger foundation for myself, both socially and professionally, I might have had more options. Due to my lack of local friendships, I basically had no network to lean into. And because I never committed to learning Spanish, well, I wasn't eligible for any of the bilingual roles I saw posted by US jobs as well as Mexican jobs. So I spent all this time building this life for myself, and I didn't invest in the tools that would have helped me sustain it. Beyond language and community, I also didn't take full advantage of my creative potential. During my time of unemployment in Mexico, I had the freedom to focus on my content and build my platform, but I did not show up consistently. It has always been a dream of mine to be able to make a sustainable income from my creative endeavors, but I lacked discipline and consistency during that time. And ultimately, I paid the price, having to move back home. This experience taught me that it's not enough to just move abroad. You have to create something for yourself while you're there. A safety net, a community, a vision, a dream. Moving forward, I'm committed to showing up more consistently for myself, for my dreams, and for the life I know I'm capable of creating again.
In conclusion,
I wish I had fully owned my decision to move abroad, and that happens by making a real commitment, not just to living in a new place, but understanding its culture and fully immersing myself in it. Real growth doesn't happen by chance, it happens through intention. I had multiple opportunities to integrate myself more deeply, but I played it safe, and that is my biggest regret. I'm sharing this as a cautionary tale for anyone else considering moving abroad. Be mindful, be intentional, and prepare yourself to truly build a life and not just exist in a new location. Learn from my mistakes so that you can create an experience that is sustainable and also deeply fulfilling. If you made it to the end of this video, drop the flag of your home country in the comments. I would love to know where you're watching from. And if you resonated with anything I said in this video, give it a like, please. Subscribe to my channel and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. I appreciate your support and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next upload. Peace.